What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Power Hour live stream. Happy Friday to everybody. Why is this not going away? Go away. What is wrong with my toolbar? My toolbar is not going away. That's irritating. Hide, please. Okay, it's broken. It won't hide. What is happening? There we go. I got it. Alright, sorry about that. Alright, I think we're good to go. Sorry. All of my stuff got messed up because of the toolbar. What was I saying? Yeah, happy Friday, guys. Gonna be the last stream of the week, obviously. Gonna come back on Monday. We're gonna go over a little bit of the price action for today, see what the SPY was doing. Then we're gonna go over some levels to watch for the last little hour that we got going on. I did not trade today. So today was like one of my last days of testing out some new things with the strategy. I made some breakthroughs. I don't know what I'd call breakthroughs, but I think I definitely made a lot of progress with the strategy. Posted a lot of stuff in the Discord. I think the strategy is pretty much ready. I think it's like fully ready. I don't have to do any more testing or any more adding of systems or taking away systems. I think it's fully ready to go, honestly. We started out a couple of weeks ago, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was testing it out. It was doing quite well the first week. I took away some different variables. We added in some other variables. The second week we were doing good, but it wasn't doing as well. So then now is the third week. Well, technically probably like the fourth week. But now is the second live week, third or fourth testing week. I re-added some of the variables that I took away from week 1, since I saw that my trades were getting worse when I took those variables away. I re-added one of them, which was the RSI on the tick chart. I talk about it more in depth in Discord, obviously. But yeah, so I re-added the RSI on the tick chart, refined my entries with that. And yeah, the backtesting today was quite solid with the refined entries from yesterday and earlier this week, along with the new variable with the RSI. The new entries were quite good. I didn't live trade any of them. I was watching them live, but I wasn't trading them. I didn't want to get emotional or anything. I didn't want to let my emotion kind of mess up the system or anything. I just wanted to kind of see how it traded without actually taking the trades. But they were looking really good. I posted a ton of screenshots in the Discord. I can show you probably 1 or 2 of them here. So here's a couple of examples. Oh no, those are the wrong screenshots. Let me grab these. So like here was a sell signal here. Nice little level came in. Then we saw that RSI come in along with the dojis. So really clean confluence. Excuse me. But yeah, let's see what the SPY did today. So SPY had a small gap up today. Not sure why. Probably just standard price action. Nothing too crazy. Gapped up less than 1%. Pretty standard, like I said. Nothing too big. Immediately sold off and filled the gap. So we did fall down, fill the gap. Went for the low of the day, tested that lower support from yesterday, and then bounced right off of it. Tried to reclaim VWAP, had a couple of sell signals above VWAP, no buy signals, came in until after VWAP failed. All of these sell signals were pretty good. about 7 points on that one, about 6, or actually about 3, and then it pulled back, and then it gave you about 20 on that one. So very, very strong sells there. All of those I backtested with the new refined entries. They were really good. So you could have gotten in on a secondary entry, more of a confirmed entry, and they would have been solid. You had a buy signal here. This one would have got you stopped out if you didn't take profit. This one here, you would have hit your target. This one here definitely would have hit your target. That was the low of the day, I believe. Yeah. So that buy signal there ended up being the low of the day. So if you held on to that, ridiculous 40-point gain was your maximum potential. Obviously, that's hindsight. You're not going to hold on to it all the way, but that is your maximum potential. So you could have made 10% of that, and you would have gotten your 4 points. But yeah, so right away, you would have basically gotten your 4 points, popped up about 7, 8 before pulling back. So easily would have got your target. That was at 11:13. I think I posted. Yeah, that was this screenshot here. So very, very clean on that one. You came in for a double bottom test. Your RSI was really good support. And then red to green, boom, popped up 4 points before you started to fail downward. You did have a retest sell here. I marked that out because I did show that off on the refined entries in Discord. So that wasn't a primary entry. That would have been more of a secondary entry. But I did post that in Discord. That one did about 7, 8 points before pulling back. Pretty good. All of these sells were during lunchtime. They were pretty good, though. Sell pulled back there, sell pulled back, and sell pulled back there. So all the lunchtime trades, still pretty good. These buys right here, if you took the first buy, you might have got stopped out. It only gave you about 2 points and then pulled back. So you probably would have got stopped out on that one. Actually, probably not. Because 2 point stop loss would have been there. Yeah, you would have been okay. So if you took either one of these buys, very, very good. You could have held on to it, obviously. And this thing pumped pretty hard. So maximum potential on that would have been about 27 points. Obviously, that's hindsight. You probably would have taken profit on the ribbon or taken profit on the first pullback. But maximum potential there was pretty good. Couple of sell signals on the way up. Gave you a little bit of sell pressure on the pullback. About 3 points on that one. About less than 2 on that one. So this one would have been a losing trade. Depending on where you entered on this one, most likely would have been a losing trade as well. Like I said, depends on where you entered. If you got a good entry, you would not have been stopped out. It would have hit your target. But if you got a bad entry, you would have got stopped out on that one. This one here didn't really give you a signal. You did have the yellow flash. You had the resistance come in, but the resistance came in late. It came in towards the bottom. So not a really good signal there. You might have been able to take these highs here. I don't know what it looks like on the tick chart. I don't have my tick chart open. But depending on how it looked on the tick chart, you could have taken that. But yeah, that's it for the day. That's it for the signals. Let's take a look at what's going on. So today, we retested that lower liquidity that we saw yesterday. We talked about that on stream. Had a little bit of a lower test. Popped up off it as support. You retested your daily open from yesterday. So yesterday's daily open acted as resistance. You pulled back into the 200 EMA, and then we popped up into that liquidity that we called out yesterday. So you had that upper liquidity on the high side. You never tested it during today until you broke through that daily open. And then you retested it as support, and now we're trying to climb even higher. Pretty strong levels. We're going to go ahead and clear this up. It is going for this lower liquidity here. Let's grab some levels. So you do have some fresh liquidity there. You have some here as well. And you have some up here as well. Those are the main levels you would want to be watching. You could go even lower, but I don't think you're going to see that much price action towards the end of the day. But you do have some lower levels kind of down here. That's kind of what we're watching right now. EMAs are all pretty bullish. 5-minute very bullish, 15-minute very bullish. Look at that fan coming out. So when you typically see those when it fans out like that, it's entering a pretty strong trend. So it's trying to enter a pretty strong uptrend here. I did call this out in Discord. This pullback right here became a bull div. So you did have a bull div on this lower kind of bull flag. That bull flag did end up being a bull div as well on your 5-minute as well. 5-minute, same thing. This ended up being a bull div if you did look at the Momo. Where's VWAP? VWAP is pretty far away, around 280.32. You have been hovering outside of your VWAP bands. You can see the VWAP band here. You've been exiting it quite often here on this way up. You can see these exits, pulls back into the band. Where is the first deviation? Yes, the first deviation is down here. So this kind of range right here is that healthy uptrend. You're getting a little unhealthy here. You're exiting the band. So it's a little unhealthy. You might pull back into that VWAP, into the close or into the actual VWAP. So you have the close around 281, then the actual VWAP around 280. So it is getting a little unhealthy here. You might see a pullback. This range between the first deviation and the second deviation, that's kind of where you want to maintain that trend so you're not getting unhealthy. That means that the volume is there for the buyers, but it's not unhealthy, right? So the price is following the volume trend. If the price is breaking out of the upper VWAP here, the second deviation, it's typically unhealthy, and it means that there's not really a lot of volume for the kind of price action that you're seeing. So you're seeing this really strong breakout in price. You don't have the volume there to kind of confirm that breakout, right? And that's why you see those pullbacks right after that breakout, because the volume is not there to maintain that trend. So you probably will pull back here if you do exit again. We'll keep an eye on it. For now, you're already entering that kind of pullback range. You almost have a double top forming here. A little bit of distribution. A couple of stocks that we were watching, you guys called out MoneyGram. I think it was, who was it? It was Digital, I believe. Digital, I think, called out MoneyGram. Did pretty good today. Popped up to 168, pulled back down to like 150. You're still up about 6%. So if we did buy MoneyGram, we'd be doing quite well. OP&T, something that I called out in Discord, doing quite well, about $11 a share. I called it out around 9. Doing very, very well there. AMD, you guys also called that out on stream. It's green today, but pretty much break even. Looks like you're rolling over a little bit on AMD. Oxy was one that I was watching. It's up a little bit today, about 1%, nothing too crazy. USO actually got halted. I don't know if it's trading again. Is it trading? I think it's still halted. Yeah, it's still halted. It got halted at, what is that, 3:30? 3:30 or, sorry, 2:30. It got halted at 2:30, I believe. Or no, it's trading. It is trading. I read a tweet that it got halted for some reason. But it looks like it's still trading. Let me look it up, see if I can figure out why it got halted. USO halted. Does USO oil ETF halted as it updates its holdings? It says the fund has updated how much of its portfolio may be invested in contracts other than the lead month. Now it's 20% in the June contract and 40% in July, 20% in August, and 20% in September. The big change is September, up to 20% from 10% previously. So basically what USO is doing is before it was heavily focused on short-term oil contracts. So they were looking at the first front month and the second month. Now they are pushing out towards the later months. So they're not only looking at the front month, which currently is June. Right? Is it June or May? I think May is the front month. June is the next month. July is the one after. They're going as far out as September. So they're trying to protect themselves from short-term movements in oil while still maintaining their foothold in the oil market. Price trying to climb a little bit here. Like I said, it might go for another exit of VWAP, but as long as it's outside VWAP, it's unhealthy and it will typically like to retrace. Where is the baseline? Baseline's riding the price pretty good. I was just mentally taking a look at like what I believe it was Digital was talking about was the regains of the Keynesian line, the baseline. So as long as you understand that you're in an uptrend here, and you can look at all of these retraces below the baseline and back above the baseline, pretty much all of them are good buys. You have to understand your trend though, because if you think it's a downtrend and you take these as sell signals, you're getting hurt. But like as you can tell, this is a very clear uptrend. Pretty good buys here. Not bad. So if you guys are not familiar with the baseline, the Keynesian line on the Ichimoku, that is, I don't need the source code of the Ichimoku. That is the 26 period. So what it does is it takes 26 candles, it finds the middle price. So if you were to test this, we could go 26 candles, which actually, let me use another tool to figure this out. Price range. Or do I need date range? We take this, we go back 26 candles, which would be right there. We could grab the low, which would be this, and the high, which would be this. And see where that lines up. It's that 50% mark of the highest point and the lowest point of 26 candles. Okay. So you could play with this a little bit. I don't recommend it, but if you wanted to just see, if you wanted to use the baseline as like a Donchian midline, it's the same exact thing. So if you guys are not familiar with Donchian channels, it's basically the same exact thing as Ichimoku. it uses averages. So if you wanted to play with this, you could go to indicators on TradingView. They have Donchian channels. I think I'm saying that right, Donchian. Let me get rid of all these other indicators. So this is similar to the formula on Ichimoku. What it does is it just marks out the highest point of whatever length you have and the lowest point of whatever length you have, and then it gives you a middle line, right? So if you wanted to kind of play with this formula, you could do it with a Donchian channel. You could also do it with Ichimoku as well. But like, let's say we wanted to play with this and go to like 50. It would show us what our 50 candle low is and what our 50 candle high and medium are. That's one way you could kind of play with that formula. And this is quickly showing you how or where that 50 candle range is, right? You can see we have a massive range now on the current SPY because, let's see when this will reevaluate. This will reevaluate actually very soon. So in the next like 3 days, the 50 candle high will be probably here. Or it will go from here to here, right? We're actually breaking our 50 candle medium right now. We're just above the 50 candle mean. Let's take a look at 100. Yeah, 100, very similar. So that's one way you could play with the baseline formula. The baseline and the Tenkan line are just Donchian formulas using averages. That's all they are. Now the cloud is a little more tricky because the cloud, the lower line takes into account, is it the lower line or the upper line? I always get it confused. The lower line, I believe, is the line that does the Tenkan line formula plus the baseline formula. And then the upper line is a 52 period midline formula. We're currently breaking that high that we marked. This is a new high of day. Still in that unhealthy range though. You're outside of VWAP. You see the volume? You're breaking out in price, but there's just really not a whole lot of volume to justify this price movement. I'm going to be making some changes to the website this weekend to facilitate some of our partnerships that we have acquired this past couple of weeks. So if you guys go to the website, it's going to be pretty much the same, but you'll see there'll be a couple new pages that will say like partners. So on the menu, it will say partners, and then it will have a drop down of our partners. And then we'll talk about who they are, and I'm going to make like little pages for each one of them. I'm also going to add some disclaimers and stuff on the website as well. And I thought about what I'm going to do for the Discord moving into May. What I plan on doing is the Discord is going to be 50% off until May. It's going to go back to full price in May. And we might do little flash sales, but nowhere near probably 50%. And we're going to only take in 10 new people. So now that the Discord has kind of hit the number that we wanted to hit in the first couple of months, which it took us a lot longer, obviously, because the market was pretty dead. Massive drop off in equities and whatnot. But we're kind of getting to that range that we want to be at. So we're gonna probably start doing like 10 people a month, max, just to make sure we don't get overcrowded or anything. Make sure we still have enough space for all our tutoring and whatnot. So next month, gonna go back to full price, 10 slots. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the trial. We might keep the trials. Haven't decided yet. Trying to break out here. Still in that unhealthy range. $50 coming into that original resistance. Pretty strong candle. 1 hour is, yeah, the 1 hour is a very strong candle. Look at these candles here. Little to no wicks. Not a whole lot of volume, though. Little to no wicks, though. Very, very strong. This candle's very strong. Four hours pretty strong as well. No volume, though. Trying to get above the 8-hour cloud, which is the daily cloud. Massive flat cloud resistance here if you fail. So if it fails here on the cloud, you're going to be looking at a massive resistance around 278, 279. Hey, Keith, what's going on, man? Hey, man. Sorry, guys. I know the chat's a little dead today, but it's Friday. Typically, Fridays are our slowest day of the week, which is it's interesting because Fridays you would expect to have. It's like you're going into the weekend. You'd think they'd be more active, but looking at my stats from when I very first started streaming, Fridays have always been slow days. So sorry I'm not being as active. There's not a whole lot of chat to bounce off of. Try to throw in a little bit of teaching here and there when there's a little bit of downtime. Hey, Donkey, what's going on, man? USO on a 1 minute looks like a tick chart. That's funny. Oh, I did show something to Discord. I can show you guys. Quite interesting. Oxy, one of the longest lasting stocks in the oil market. It's been around since, the 1980s. It is retesting its point of origin around like $7 to $10. And it's entering the first ever, quote unquote, oversold RSI territory it's ever had. So since 1980, since this has been opened on the market, this is the first ever oversold point on the chart. So something to keep an eye on here long term on the quarterly chart for Oxy. That's the 3-month chart. This is a long term chart. On the monthly, kind of the same thing. We're entering that oversold territory. But I believe it's been oversold before. No, actually it hasn't. So, same thing on the monthly. Or is this the same exact chart? Let me see. No, this is a different chart. Yeah, so on the monthly, same thing. First time it's entered an oversold territory. That's quite interesting. So oil, that shows you how hard oil is actually getting hit right now. This is one of the biggest oil companies there are on the stock market. What are the assets? Or the market cap on this one? Pretty sure it's pretty big. Yeah, 12 billion, almost 13 billion. Very, very big company. Very big company here. Donkey said it's annoying because the other oil companies are rallying. Yeah, actually, if we go to the markets here... Oh, it's not here anymore. They were doing quite well, though. At the start of the day, they were the number one. They were the number one industry, was oil. And look at this. For the second day in a row, Oasis Petroleum has the most volume. I don't know what's going on with Oasis Petroleum, but they are getting a hell of a lot of volume the past couple of days. Look at the tobacco industry. Tobacco industry doing very well. Yeah, I don't even see oil on here. So oil's actually not doing too good right now. Recreational products doing pretty good. Auto vehicle sales doing good. Donkey said, do you know anything about butterfly spreads? I started to learn the broken wing butterfly, but it was just too much for me, and it didn't seem like it was going to fit my strategy, so I stopped learning it, so I don't know very much about it. I was watching some videos on Tasty Trade, though, so if you want to check it out, I would look up Tasty Trade Butterfly. They do a lot of those, but it seemed like it was more trouble than it was actually worth, you know what I mean? It didn't seem like it was going to fit my strategy, so I gave up on it. But yeah, I started reading about butterflies, broken wing butterflies. I like the broken wings setup more. Yeah, he said my brain hurts. It really, that's how I feel about options in general. Just options, period, my brain hurts, man. The thing about options is you can do very simple option trading where you just take like naked calls, naked puts. And then you can get into like really complicated stuff like the broken wing butterflies and whatnot. The calendar spreads and stuff. Like some of the stuff is not it's not very difficult once you learn it, but the problem with options is it's a whole lot of jargon, right? The entire options market is just jargon. It's just a bunch of words that nobody else uses. It's like an exclusive club, right? If you're not an options trader and like, all right, I could be a very successful crypto trader. I could be sitting next to a very successful equities trader. And we could be at a table with two guys who are very successful options traders. And if the options traders are talking to each other, me and the equities guy don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But if I talk about shit, the options trader, they know what I'm talking about. And the equities guy knows what I'm talking about. And if the equities guy talks about his stuff, me as a crypto trader, I know what he's talking about. You know what I mean? But if the options traders are talking to each other, who knows what the fuck they're talking about? It's like an exclusive club where like every term they use is only used in the options market, and well, not every term, but most of the terms are only in the options market. And the sad fact about it is options traders know that, and they make it even harder for you to learn options because it makes them feel better about themselves because they feel like they're all like prissy and they think they're so much better than everybody else because they know all these fancy terms. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I know you do. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Options traders think they are like the greatest thing to come upon this earth. And when they talk about options, they make sure not to use any basic trading, like, there's no basic trading vocabulary, right? They don't use any of those terms. They make sure to use all the options terms that you're not going to understand if you're not an options trader. That's how I feel about options. Hockey said that's why Wall Street Bets is so cringe because they think they have options figured out. LOL, yeah. Glockchain says it's like watching cricket. Yeah, exactly. It's like a it's I was gonna say it's like a person who watches American football watching rugby, where it's like it's kind of similar. They can almost understand what's happening, but they don't know what the fuck is happening. Yeah, it's just all jargon, exactly. Yeah. Donkey said, bro, the delta crossed the theta. Meanwhile, the puts became supreme over the calls due to the time decay and exponential retard. Exactly. Yep. Exactly, dude. They cannot use just simple trading vocabulary. I understand you have to have terms for stuff in options because it's only in options. Like, we don't care. There's no theta and stuff like that. We don't care about that in real trading. Like, there's time decay and like cyclicals and stuff like that, but I understand the options market has to have terms for stuff that's only in the options market. I just feel like they make it harder on purpose because they feel like they're an exclusive club. But on the other hand, I kind of like that the options market is difficult to get into because people don't understand how much money you can lose in the options market, right? You can lose a lot of money in options very quickly. And if you don't know what you're doing, you can lose a lot of money. Like there's infinite losses on some of these contracts, right? If you're selling calls and you're bearish, there is infinite losses on your contract. $20 left on the day. This is our first Fed window, 340, another big one at 350 and 355. We'll keep an eye on them. I just looked at my Twitter, and the number one trending thing is Congress, hashtag Congress pass UBI, which is Universal Basic Income. People are calling for socialism. That's how bad this coronavirus has gotten. The world is losing their shit, and Americans are calling for socialism. It's unbelievable. My longtime viewers already know I've had massive rants on stream about minimum wage and universal basic income and just how stupid it is for the overall economy. It's like it might put a band-aid on what's going on with the coronavirus, but you can't have stuff like that around for long periods of time. It is very destructive to the economy. But now is not the time for people like me to make our arguments because it makes us look stupid when the Fed is printing trillions of dollars and it's doing absolutely nothing to inflation. So if I ranted right now, you guys in chat could come back with like, well, the Fed's printing trillions of dollars and blah blah blah, and there's nothing I could say today. Like, you guys are right, you know what I mean? So, and now is not the time to argue against it when it's literally happening in front of us. So, you got to choose your battles, I guess. Still trying to break out on the end of the day, but it's still hovering outside the VWAP band. It's pretty far outside the VWAP band as well. I would not be shocked if right before the close it starts to sell off. Donkey said, I mean, it worked in Russia. Does Russia still do that? Do they still have some form of universal basic income? Are there any, what countries actually have universal basic income? Do any of my foreigners in chat, do any of your countries have universal basic income? So what universal basic income is, so I can describe it to you guys if you guys don't know. It's, say the government is going to pay every citizen in America $1,000 a month. Just because. As long as you're a citizen, like say over the age of, I don't know, 18 or something. I don't think they give it to children. But anyone over the age of 18, you get $1,000 a month. You know what I was thinking about? My stream is missing. It's always been missing. I've been streaming for 2 years. Almost 2.5. I've never had an intro. I've never had an outro. I think I need to get some like intro and outros made. I just don't know what the hell I would do for a trading stream. Like, it's so easy. If you're like a music stream or like a gaming stream, you just put a bunch of clips together. But for a trading, what the hell do I do for a trading stream? Do I put like all my rants together and we take like clips of my rants and throw them together for an intro and outro? And then I have to find music that's not copyrighted so I don't get banned on YouTube. Hey, Sneaky. I'm here for the Fed window. Yeah, right? We got 4 minutes and then what about 10 minutes? Do something really intense. Play Rage Against the Machine. Yes, yeah, I can't do that. I get banned. I get copyright striked. Sneaky said, just have some explosions. Bull, Bear, Donnie, J-Pal, Hayes. I just don't know what. See, I'm not creative like that, so it's really hard for me to go to like an animator or like an artist and be like, "Hey, can you make this?" Like, there's so many things that I want to do to my stream to make it more, give it more production value, make it more interesting. I'm just not creative. I think I need a new logo too. Like my logo is pretty good, but I think I could get a higher quality one made. How many of you guys, like, I know there's not a lot of people here, so there's almost no point in me even asking right now. But if you're watching the VOD, you can put it in the comments. But how many of you guys just come here and you don't even really pay attention to my charts and you just kind of listen to what I'm saying? Like, almost like a podcast. Do a lot of you guys do that, or do you guys pay attention to my charts? Because I feel like with streams like mine, you would get almost the exact same value if you were just listening to me and not even looking at my charts. Like during certain times where I'm showing patterns and stuff, it would be a lot easier to look at my charts. But I feel like with streams like mine, I could do it like a podcast and I could block out my screen and you guys would still get almost the same exact value. I would have to be more descriptive. Like, I'd have to be like, oh, SPY's breaking into a new high here, guys. We're at 283. We were at 282. Like, I'd have to be a little bit more descriptive. I'm not saying I'm going to switch my stream to that. I'm just saying that I almost could do certain days like that, and you guys would still have the same benefit. I have thought about, I already have a name and everything. I'm not going to say what my name is, but I have thought about starting a podcast. I didn't do it because there's like a fucking podcast craze right now. And everybody and their mother is starting podcast. And I feel like my idea for a podcast is already being done by multiple trading podcasts. So it's basically pointless. So I never went forward with starting it. But yeah, I did have an idea for a podcast, and I thought that my viewers would actually listen in because I feel like most of my content is just listening, you know what I mean? I don't think you guys, it's not mandatory to watch my stream. Like, watch my my charts. Now, during my streams that I'm teaching stuff, those are mandatory to watch. During streams like this, where I'm just giving you guys updates on what's going on, it's not very mandatory. Here's a Fed window, by the way. Donkey said I do both. Man said I listen. Yo-Yo said podcast. Sneaky said I look at your charts because of the indicators like the OTS. Sneaky also said people want to go into the weekend feeling good. BS market, yeah. Sneaky said I'd like a podcast where you bring in Sticky and your boys to bring in other perspectives, styles, opinions. Just my opinion, though. Yeah, I think you guys enjoy streams where I'm talking to other people. The problem is, not everybody has the amount of time that I have. You know what I mean? Like, I've got a lot of free time to do this every day, right? I have different streams of revenue to pay my bills. Like, I don't have a 9-to-5 job, right? This is my 9-to-5 job. This is what I do. I trade, I run the business, I live stream, I make videos. So it's easy for me to do this every day. It's not easy for me to find other people like JMA and Sticky and other Keytoy, all these other people that join me every now and then, Seraphic. They're very busy, right? So it's very hard for me to find people who have the same amount of time that I have and the same amount of knowledge, well, not same amount of knowledge, but at least knowledgeable enough to come on the stream and to chat with us, right? I just listen to your soothing voice. It's funny because I never thought people would like my voice. But I get comments here and there where I know you guys are joking for the most part, but a lot of you guys say you like listening to my voice, which is weird. But it is what it is, right? It's funny because if I use bad mics for some reason, it makes my voice sound very country. Like it has more of a deeper, like raspy kind of country sound. And when I used to game on like Call of Duty back when I was a kid, or even when I started streaming way long ago, not trading, streaming, when I used to stream gaming, people used to say I sounded country. It's funny because I don't think I sound country at all. Like in real life, there's not a semblance of country in my voice. But if I use bad mics and I go back and watch my VODs, I do kind of sound a little country. Kind of funny. Donkey said, I caught up with JMA the other day. Was a good talk with him. I might be joining up your Discord soon. Oh, he did tell me about that. Yeah. He did tell me about that. Sneaky. I appreciate that, Sneaky. Yeah, for the most part, I wish the Discord was a little more active. Besides, what the Discord has kind of become lately is I post a shit ton of content and people just listen. And then when they need things, they kind of like private message me. And then I talk to them in private messages. I wish the Discord had more public discussion between traders. But for the most part, it is mainly just me posting content and people responding. But that's because of kind of how I go about the stream and the business and whatnot. And it's also because people are shy. They don't want to be wrong. So they like private messaging me. I get a lot of private messages. It seems like the Discord is not very active, but it's pretty active in my DMs. So if you guys are DMing me every now and then, please feel free to just post your messages publicly, unless you're too shy about it, because it will breed discussion, right? And that's what I want the Discord to do. I want the Discord to breed discussion. Yeah, I get that a lot, Sneaky. I understand. Like, people are scared to post their opinions and they're scared to post their feedback because they don't want to be wrong. I get that. Yo-Yo said, I like that you're not screaming or burping into the mic as other trading channels. Yeah, I try to be as professional as possible. I do sneeze and stuff kind of like on the side, but can't really control that. As long as you don't start doing ASMR, I'll stick around. Hey, I've got the mic for it. I probably could. There you go, man. Nobody's done that before. ASMR trading podcast. I think you just came up with something, dude. We're doing it every Saturday. ASMR trading podcast. I'll see you guys tomorrow. So not a whole lot of reaction going on here from the Fed windows. Like I said, though, I was not surprised to see a sell-off towards the end of the day because, like I said, when you're outside the VWAP, you like to come back in the VWAP, right? So you've been outside VWAP for the past like 2 hours. So that final sell-off towards the end of the day, not unlikely. And what have we been seeing for the past week or two? We have been seeing it either jump up or jump down towards the daily open, right? So that's the daily open. We're seeing during the last like 30 minutes, it starts to reverse towards the daily open. Now, it could be coming from a low and reversing upward, or coming from a high and reversing downward. But we've been seeing this for the last couple of days, even probably like a week or so. So not unlikely to see that sell-off towards the daily open. Now, we could take a look at the repos. I don't think there was a whole lot of repos today. Yeah, there's like nothing. There's like less than 10 billion. 13, yeah, about 10 to 15 billion. Gently massage the futures to make them drop in my favor, yeah. Man said the only ASMR in trading being right before price shoots up or down. Yeah, I've kind of run out of ideas, man. Like for the The stream, we did a couple of fun things here and there. Like we did the 24-hour stream, which we'll probably never do again. That was a struggle. The last like 6 hours of that was a nightmare. But it was a really fun time what we did during the 24-hour stream. When we did the you guys pick a direction, long or short, every hour. And then we took the trades and we gave away the account at the end of the stream. I thought I had a fun time. We could definitely do more stuff like that in the future. I was going to keep doing that. We were going to start doing that every month. But then I kind of stepped away from crypto. So we're not doing very much crypto trading right now. I do want to start doing that a little bit with stock trading. So like I've been doing every now and then, I ask you guys for tickers. We go take a look at them. If I like them, we buy them on the stock account. And it's only like 1 to 10 shares here and there. It's like less than $100. I'm going to throw some more money in there so it's not so pathetic. And we're not making like 20 cents or $2. I'll put some more money in there. Put a couple hundred more in there and we'll play with it. What I do want to do though on Webull, if you guys have Webull accounts, I've been testing out their paper trading on Webull, and what you can do is you can get, so like I could say everybody on in Discord, or everybody that's on Webull in our stream in our Discord, join this paper trading. We're going to start on, let's say, Monday, and then everybody sets your account to 10,000, and then we all start at 10,000. I'll ask you guys for like screenshots or something. We'll check how everybody's doing once a week, and then at the end of the month we'll give away a big prize for whoever won. I think that'll be a lot of fun, and it's paper trading too. So you won't be risking your own money. It will just be a fun time. I think we're gonna do that for May. So in May, at the start of May, which is next Friday, I'm going to make the rules for the paper trading account on Webull. So for everybody who has a Webull account, you guys can join us. And then we'll put in a prize at the end. We'll throw in prize some real money, maybe an Amazon gift card. I'll throw in some Discord access or indicator access, whatever. So we'll do a month-long paper trading contest, and we'll see how it goes. What do you guys think about that? You guys think that's a good idea? You guys want to hop on board that or what? Watch your ears, guys. In 5 seconds, a bell's gonna ring. It's gonna close up the day for us. There it is. The day is closed. SPY is up about 1.4% on the day. Pretty standard up day. Nothing too crazy. Not a whole lot of trending going on. Not a whole lot of buy pressure, but you are seeing some buy pressure coming in here at the end of the day. But you did gain about 1.5%. So nothing too big, but a little bit of a buy up. Hey, turn up. What's going on, man? Equities will never limit down ever again. It's only up from here. It just keeps pumping. Unlimited money. Yeah, Glock. That's why I want to be very careful. A lot of stuff gets muted on YouTube. I need to be very careful what I play. That's why I just stick to this piano playlist, because I know that it doesn't get muted. Yeah, I'm reading your guys' messages. I'm just not reading them out loud. I don't want to mention anybody else on stream. Sneaky said, I don't have 10K to throw a Webull. I can do 1K. No, Sneaky, it's going to be paper trading. It's going to be paper trading. They have a paper trading function in Webull where you can just set the amount that we want. So we could do whatever we want, but I think 10K is reasonable. So it kind of seems like it's real money. If we do like 100K, that's not realistic, you know what I mean? So I think we should either do like 5K, 10K, 25K, one of those, right? I think 10K is a nice, happy medium. I used to be able to hear, but I downloaded Thinkorswim. Yeah, the bell on Thinkorswim is insane. Sneaky said the Fed guy in the interview literally said they have infinite money. Yeah, he did say that. We thought he was kidding, but then he pumped $300 billion every day during the bottom, so he wasn't kidding. But yeah, so Weeble and I are in talks. They're actually going to promote a Weeble paper trading competition for our community in a couple of months. But until then, I want to run a couple of our own paper trading competitions. I got my free stock today on my affiliate account, so on the account that I use on stream, the affiliate one. I got really lucky. I got a $30 stock for my $100 deposit. So already up 30%, boys. I got New York Stock Exchange. Not too shabby. So that's going to settle in like a week. So when that settles, we'll have that in our account on the live stream account. The Binance of equities, yeah, right? So I'll take a look at Bitcoin. We'll take a look at Ethereum, see what's going on. Basically, what I told you guys was going to happen with Bitcoin happened. But it did retrace, actually. I didn't see that. So we were talking about this on stream and in Discord, where it likes to kind of form that base. And then if it loses that base, you go to the point of origin, right? You just keep basing downward to the point of origin. You almost lost that base, but then look at that regain. Very, very strong regain. That's actually quite bullish. So you might try to retest these highs here. So keep an eye on like 76, because that is quite bullish there. You lost that range low, and then you regain the range low. If you guys watch my distribution video, that's pretty bullish. Pretty bullish. So you could see a regain of like 76. Keep an eye on it. Ethereum is probably the same thing. Take a look at Ethereum. Yeah, pretty much the same thing on Ethereum. Actually, a little bit more of a rising wedge on Ethereum. Or almost an ascending triangle. Depending on which way you want to look at it. If you take wicks, it's like an ascending triangle. If you take bodies, it's more of kind of a wedge. Yeah, if you take like this high back here, it's definitely more of a wedge. What do you guys think? Would you guys draw this more as a wedge or an ascending triangle? Flat top for sure. Wedge. Donkey said wedge. Day trading said ascending triangle. Okay, Donkey said ascending triangle. Okay, so a lot of you guys are saying ascending. Okay. Sneaky said Bitcoin leading market since 2 days ago. Good Bitcoin. Yeah. Man said people are buying 7.4 when it dipped like there's no tomorrow. Yeah, they really bought that dip really heavily. For sure. I think I agree. I think this would definitely be a flat top. You could almost even... Now, this would be unorthodox, but you would look at... You could look at this support and resistance flip here. You see that resistance? resistance, popped up, support, support. So you kind of have like a double base here. Either way, it's quite bullish. Either way. The SPY actually turning green again on the 4-hour on the market sentiment. You've been green for quite some time on the daily. Weekly still red. 4-hour flashing green. That's a strong 4-hour, honestly. You're bouncing right off the moving average. Basically no wicks, no sell pressure. You could go for like 290 next week. Well, it's really scary though. It's Friday. We'll have to see what happens over the weekend. Anything could happen, man. We gotta see what Trump says. Gotta watch Trump's Twitter account. But alright, guys. I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna get out of here as well. This weekend, I will be doing some work on the website. I'll be hanging out in Discord as always. Summary of markets on Sunday. We'll be back streaming on Monday as well. Do I have anything else? I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh yeah, the strategy that I've been showing you guys on stream, doing a lot of work on the Discord. I think we're pretty much finished with it. I think today, with the refinement in our entries, I think it's good enough to make a full write-up on it, show you guys what we're show you guys in the Discord what we're doing. I mean, I've already been showing you on the. You can go to the OTG system channel in the Discord. It talks all about the strategy. I'm going to make a write-up probably this weekend. Depends on how long it takes me to do the website work. I might be working on the website for most of my free time. If not, I'll be releasing that later next week. But definitely Sunday around 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern, I'll release the summary of markets write-up. And yeah, I'll see you guys back on Monday. You guys have a great weekend as always. If you guys need me, just let me know in Discord. I'll be around. All right, guys. Hey, Sneaky, I appreciate that, man. You have a good weekend. Donkey, everybody that was in here. Sneaky, Man, Trading. Keytoy was in here. Who else was in here? Glock Chains. Turnip. I think I got all you guys. Appreciate you guys stopping by. I know Fridays are a little slow. Appreciate you guys being here with me. If you guys couldn't make the live stream, you guys are hanging out on the VOD, make sure to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button on Twitch. And I'll be back on Monday, guys. You guys have a good night, have a good weekend. See you later, guys.